Something strange is happening to our minds. We scroll for hours, chasing knowledge, chasing relevance, yet every swipe leaves us more restless, more anxious. Behind the glow of your screen, a new kind of epidemic is spreading. AI isn't just changing the world, it's reshaping your brain. Psychologists are now warning, the rise of artificial intelligence is triggering a silent mental health crisis. Not because AI is evil, but because it's fast. Too fast for our biology to catch up. Every day, we're exposed to smarter algorithms, more synthetic content, and a tidal wave of automation. And deep down, a question gnaws at us. Am I still needed? Can I even keep up? This isn't paranoia. It's the new psychological terrain of the 2020s. And if you don't understand how AI is affecting your attention, your identity, and your sense of purpose, you might wake up one day unable to recognize who you've become. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden psychological effects of AI, reveal the truth about the growing AI anxiety epidemic, and most importantly, show you how to protect your mind. Before it's too late. AI anxiety didn't arrive all at once. It crept in. First, it was amazement. ChatGPT writing poems, Midjourney painting dreams, robots doing backflips. But quickly, awe turned into pressure. Suddenly, everyone was asking, have you tried this? Are you using AI yet? Will your job survive? What started as fascination morphed into quiet panic. A 2024 study by the American Psychological Association found that 41% of young professionals experience heightened anxiety due to fears of being replaced by AI. Not in the future, now. College students feel it too. Why study for years when AI can do in seconds what takes you weeks? Writers, designers, even therapists, all wondering if they're the last generation of their kind. And it's not just about jobs. It's about identity, worth, belonging. Because the more AI evolves, the harder it becomes to feel original. You post something online, AI can post it better. You build a brand, AI can replicate it. You try to be you, but the algorithm already predicted that. This is the root of AI anxiety. Not just the fear of losing work, but of losing meaning. And as AI continues to advance at breakneck speed, that anxiety is only growing. In the next section, we're going deeper. What is AI actually doing to our minds behind the scenes, even when we think we're in control? You don't need to fear AI taking over the world. It already has your attention. And that's the new battlefield, your mind. Modern AI doesn't just automate tasks, it optimizes dopamine. It learns your weaknesses, your desires, your scroll patterns, and it adapts in real time. Not to serve you, to keep you hooked. You're not browsing, you're being steered. What you see online isn't just content, it's a customized psychological mirror trained on billions of behaviors. AI curates what excites you, enrages you, comforts you, not by accident, but by design. And the effect? A slow erosion of cognitive autonomy. You think you're choosing what to watch, but how many of your choices are actually yours? We're facing what psychologists call cognitive offloading, letting algorithms think for us. What to wear, eat, say, believe. Pre-loaded, pre-ranked, pre-approved. And this changes us. We become reactive, distracted, addicted to speed, validation, novelty. And over time, our ability to focus, reflect, or even sit in silence collapses. This isn't just about tech, it's about how AI is rewiring the way we exist. In the next section, we'll look at the cost of living in this invisible pressure chamber and the hidden mental exhaustion no one's talking about. You ever feel like you're being watched, even when you're alone? You're not imagining it. Every click, every pause, every hesitation is tracked. AI systems are designed to observe you, not occasionally, but constantly. They build a profile, one that knows more about you than you know about yourself. What makes you scroll? What makes you stop? What makes you stay? And over time, that awareness takes a toll. Psychologists are calling it surveillance fatigue. The stress of being silently monitored 24/7, without consent, without pause. But it goes deeper. It's not just about privacy, it's about performance. You start curating your life, polishing your presence, becoming more of a brand and less of a human. Even when you're off camera, you're still performing. And eventually, the line between your real self and your algorithm-approved self starts to blur. This creates something called identity fatigue, the exhaustion of living as a version of you that feels optimized but empty. You're constantly managing perception, engagement, analytics, and it's draining your mental energy in ways you're not even aware of. This is the quiet cost of living under AI systems. You don't collapse from pressure all at once. You erode, slowly. In the next section, we're pulling the curtain back on one of the deepest fears driving this entire epidemic, the fear of becoming irrelevant. There's a fear that creeps in late at night, not about robots taking over the world, but about you becoming obsolete. You see the headlines: AI writes better code, AI replaces 90% of design work, AI therapists now online. You laugh at first, then you pause, because deep down you wonder, what if this thing actually replaces me? It's not just about money, it's about meaning. For centuries, work gave us purpose. You studied, practiced, mastered a skill, and now, in one update, it's automated. That's more than disruption. That's existential collapse. And it doesn't stop at work. If AI can write stories, paint masterpieces, compose symphonies, what's left for humans to express? We're not just facing unemployment, we're facing displacement from meaning itself. This leads to a kind of dread that's hard to name. A quiet question humming under every interaction. Am I still valuable? Am I still needed? This is the psychological cliff edge so many are standing on, looking into a future where their sense of identity, their creativity, their legacy feels like it's being swallowed by machines. But here's the twist. The damage isn't just coming from the outside. In the next section, we explore what AI is doing inside our heads and how our mental health is cracking under the pressure. We weren't built for this pace, not biologically, not emotionally. In just 5 years, the way we think, work, and communicate has been completely rewired, and our minds are struggling to keep up. Studies now link AI-driven platforms to spikes in anxiety, depression, and chronic stress. But it's not just about screen time. It's about cognitive pressure. Every app, every tool, every platform is whispering the same thing. You're not doing enough. Because somewhere out there, AI is working faster, creating better, moving ahead. And that pressure to keep up, to stay relevant, to be optimized, it's relentless. Burnout is no longer just physical exhaustion. It's existential. People feel like they're chasing a version of themselves that AI already outpaces. And when rest feels like falling behind, when silence feels like failure, that's when mental health begins to fracture. Therapists are seeing a rise in what they call AI-induced imposter syndrome. Brilliant people questioning their value, because a machine can do in seconds what took them years to master. But this isn't hopeless. It's a signal, a warning light on the dashboard of our minds. And if we learn how AI is subtly exploiting our instincts and attention, we can start to take back control. In the next section, we're diving into the core of the problem: how AI is exploiting the very design of the human brain. AI doesn't need to break your mind. It just needs to understand it better than you do. And it already does. Behind every feed, every For You page, there's an invisible machine trained on billions of human behaviors. What you crave, what you avoid, what keeps you coming back. AI learns it, amplifies it, and feeds it back to you. It's not malicious, it's mathematical, but the effect is psychological. AI hijacks your dopamine loop, the brain's reward system. You get a hit from a like, a comment, a new tool, and you chase that hit again. Soon, you're not using technology, you're responding to it, like a lab rat pressing the reward lever. And it doesn't stop there. AI also exploits novelty bias, your brain's obsession with what's new. That's why you can scroll for hours, jump between apps, and still feel unsatisfied. You're being overfed and undernourished. Your mind is full, but not focused. And over time, this rewires how you think. You lose your attention span, your creative spark, even your ability to sit in stillness. Because the system doesn't want you still. It wants you stimulated and slightly uncomfortable. That's what keeps you consuming. This is the quiet manipulation happening every day, in the name of engagement. But not everyone's falling apart. Some are waking up, resisting the system, and finding ways to reclaim peace. In the next section, we'll look at how people are coping and the dangerous traps even that can lead to. So how are people dealing with this new mental storm? Some disconnect. They delete apps, take digital detoxes, move off the grid. Others dive deeper, trying to outwork AI, outlearn it, outpace it. But both extremes often lead to burnout. Because this isn't a sprint, it's a psychological shift. Some chase hyper-productivity, waking up at 4 a.m., optimizing every minute, turning life into a never-ending to-do list. Others retreat, scroll more, binge more, numb the anxiety with distraction. And then there's the rise of spiritual bypassing, telling yourself everything's fine, while quietly crumbling inside. The truth is, most people are coping by avoiding, not confronting. Because facing the real weight of this shift, that takes more than hacks. It takes awareness. Mental health tools can help, yes, but not if they're layered on top of unprocessed fear or digital addiction. What we need isn't just escape. It's alignment, clarity, boundaries, a return to the human inside the algorithmic noise. Because if we don't consciously choose how to live, the system will choose for us, and it will always choose what's profitable, not what's peaceful. In the next section, we move from reflection to action. Let's talk about how to protect your mind and reclaim your inner world in the age of AI. You can't stop AI, but you can protect your mind from its grip. It starts with one word: boundaries. You don't need to delete everything. You need to use it consciously or be used unconsciously. Start small. Turn off notifications. Reclaim your attention. Set screen limits. Train your focus. Silence the noise so your inner voice can speak again. Create tech-free zones. Mornings, meals, your bed. Let those be yours, not the algorithms. Next, protect your identity. Remember, you are not a brand. You are not a feed. You are not your productivity. You are a being with thoughts, feelings, stories that don't need to be optimized to be valuable. Get outside, move, breathe. Let your body remember what it feels like to be free from constant feedback. And lastly, guard your purpose. Ask yourself, what actually fulfills me? What's real? What's mine? Because when you anchor yourself in meaning, AI loses its power to shake you. This isn't about fighting the future. It's about meeting it with clarity. You don't need to fear the machine. You just need to remember you're not one. In the final section, we'll zoom out and see the bigger picture, one that offers not fear, but hope. This isn't a doomsday story. It's a wake-up call. Because while AI is powerful, you're still the author of your reality. Every tool, every algorithm, every system still depends on one thing: your attention. And that's the one thing you can always take back. The goal isn't to escape technology. It's to reclaim your place inside it, to show up with intention, to consume with purpose, to create without fear. AI is here to stay, yes, but your humanity isn't obsolete. It's irreplaceable. Your empathy, your imagination, your intuition, these are not bugs in the system. They are the very things that machines can't replicate. We're entering a future where those who thrive won't be the most technical, but the most aware. People who know how to navigate chaos with clarity, who don't chase every trend, but move with grounded purpose. You don't need to compete with AI. You need to remember what it can't do. It doesn't feel, it doesn't dream, it doesn't grow, but you do. So as this new era unfolds, don't run, don't numb. Respond with awareness, with strength, with soul. This is not the end of the human story. It's the next chapter, and we get to write it together.